Good evening. This is Andy on my allotment again. It's Tuesday the 23rd of April. Happy St George's Day to everybody. And I thought I'd just give you a quick update as to what's been going on since my last video at the weekend. As you can see, I finished the rhubarb bed, and there are 3 rhubarb plants in there at the moment. There's a tiny one there. That one's had a fantastic lease of life since it's been moved in, and Victoria, which is fantastic. Now the pond. The patch I've been putting on hasn't worked, as you can see. So I'm going to take the whole thing off. The patch is the white bit you can see in the middle there. The whole thing's going to come off at weekend. I'm going to fix it with some bicycle repair puncture kit. See if that works. If it doesn't, then I must have a second hole somewhere that I've not found, which is a bit of a pain because the frog spawn is right on the surface now on both sides, and it's causing problems. Anyway, that's the job for weekend. The path that leads down to my polytunnel is now being completed, as you can see. It runs all the way up to the road and down to the decking, which isn't finished yet, and to the polytunnel. I'm going to show you inside the polytunnel because I've been fairly busy inside here. So, lots of seeds on some staging here. There are things coming up on here. These are all herbs. I've got some thyme at the back which is coming up, lemon basil which isn't yet, parsley, chervil which isn't coming up yet, oregano and rosemary, nothing there yet either. On this one we've got a few bits coming up here. We've got some little gem lettuces at the front and some leeks which are starting to come through. Behind that there's basil, coriander, Swiss chard and some okra, and nothing coming up there. Oh, actually a little bit perhaps from the okra. Next tray over, peppermint, sage, dill, lemon balm, sweet marjoram and lemongrass. Nothing much happening there. In the big round pots I've got peas and some peppers and a couple of tomatoes. Then these are my broad beans, which have got very leggy, so I don't know whether they're going to survive or not. And some onions. Planted up some onion sets into here because I was a bit disappointed with the performance of the onions that overwintered, so I've got some more and they're looking quite nice. Underneath there I've got some shallots, only one of which has actually got any greenery on it so far, and then some leeks and 2 trays of leeks, which are disappointing to say the least. They've been in since February and they're really doing nothing, so I've sown a few more to carry on. Right, in this tray we've got some what's that one? That's calabrese, which is coming up okay. The next tray over I've got mizuna, which is coming up. Nothing else really happening in there. I've also been buying again. I've got a polytunnel within the polytunnel, well, poly greenhouse within the greenhouse. Picked this up the other day from local green garden centre. It's reduced and I got a discount on it as well, so the whole thing cost me about 13 quid, including the 4 tomato plants inside. Tomatoes at home aren't doing particularly well, so I thought I'd cheat and get some ones already started to get a head start. 4 different varieties in there. There's a Sparta, a Totem, a Tumbler and a Roma. So hopefully they'll do well for me and get me started before the ones I've sown at home will come on. These are looking a bit sorry for themselves at the moment. These are plug plants I got from Aldi. Now last year I did very well with plug plants from Aldi. They did very fantastic. All the brassicas I've got outside have come from there. I've got some cauliflower in at the front of this one with some Lolo Rosso at the back, which are wilted. They've just had good watering, so they should be fine. And I've got some saladin lettuce in there as well, which again should be fine. Now, root trainer in there with sweet corn and some French beans in. Again, nothing really happening with those, nothing coming out as yet. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going over here with the seeds. These were only planted in last Monday, so they've been in for less than 7 days. The leeks were showing after 4 days, and the little gem was showing about the same sort of time. The calabrese on the bottom, they were showing within 4 days, and the mizuna, they've just come up over the last couple of days. I've got my walking onions down there as well. I must remember to water those. I've not watered them yet. But anyway, before I finish, I just want to say that I'm really grateful to everybody who subscribed and watched my videos over the last few months. when I started doing these, they were more for my own purpose than anything else, and I'm just amazed at how many people have watched them and how many people have subscribed. At the moment I've just gone past 50 subscribers and 1500 views, so thank you very much folks, I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate your comments as well, so please keep those coming. Anyway, short video for now, that's it, so I will speak to you again probably at weekend. Bye bye. Good morning. It's just before midday on Saturday the 27th of April, I think it is. I've had a reasonably good morning on the plot, spent a lot of it on a site inspection, and the rest of it sat inside the polytunnel because it's been hailstoning, would you believe. Still, I've got a fair bit done inside here, as you can probably see, and there's a lot going on as well. Right, things are coming up now. In this tray, at the back of it, we've got some thyme coming up, not a lot else really. Some Swiss chard, some leeks, and some little gem in this one. This one's got a little bit of peppermint at the back, and that's basically it. Underneath here, Mizuna going wonderful. Got some calabrese going wonderful still. And at the back I've got a couple of courgettes and a pumpkin coming up. A couple of trays of leeks, which are the disappointing ones. Nothing coming up of the peppers yet, or of the not sweet peas, sugar bomb peas. I've got a couple of courgettes in there as well, nothing happening. Broad beans really should be going out now, and I'm just not ready for it. Stew on onions, doing wonderful. Underneath there I've got my shallots. There are now 2 shallots coming out rather than just the one, so that's good. I've been putting potatoes in buckets today. I'm sticking them outside. These are what's left on the top with my tomato plants. Then in there we've got some cauliflower and some Lollo Rosso lettuce, some more onions and some saladin leaves at the back. Then down at the bottom I've got 3 propagators with onions in. I've got 40 in each, and then that one's full of peas, beans, sweet corn. Nothing coming up on there really. It's actually getting quite warm in here now. I'll just show you the thermometer, see if you can see this on camera this time. At the moment it's showing that it's 14.8 in the polytunnel, and I've got the other end of this actually inside the mini polytunnel thing, mini poly greenhouse. So it's showing it's 21.8 inside there, so it's quite warm. Outside is about 7 or 8, if that. The most it's been while I've been in here, bear me a second. That is this morning, 34.5 degrees, which is ridiculous for the time of year. But anyway, this is where we stay at the moment, where we stand rather. I've got quite a bit of stuff going on in here, my onion, etc. And I've got 2 potato bags in here, one with Penland Javelin, which are first earlies, and this second bag has got Casablanca, which is also a first early. Now you bear with me a second, I'll just pop outside and show you the potato bed. Okay, this is now the potato bed. As you can see, we've got a few more buckets in there. I've done a couple of buckets of each of 4 more varieties. I've got 2 Penland Javelin, 2 Casablanca, 2 Bambino, and can't remember the other one, hang on a second. Oh yeah, Salad Blue, which is a strange potato with a bluey purpley flesh. It's a heritage variety. That's the one thing that my wife has been excited about me growing on the plot, so I had to get some done. Right, show you the fruit beds coming on nicely. Lots of leaves coming on the black currants. The red currants over there have actually got leaves on, and the strawberries I planted recently are in and doing well. Unfortunately, the ones I planted earlier, the frost must have got to them or something because they've all died off. I've got 2 strawberries left out of 25. Not very successful. And at the back there, you can see rhubarb. 3 rhubarb plants in at the moment. There's space for a 4th one to go in shortly, and they're doing really, really well. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the other fruity stuff. Come out of the light. Oh, there we are. That's gooseberry with blackberries at the front and more gooseberries at the back. And then these are black currants, some of which have got growth on. Some I think have had it, but there are buds on them, so I'll leave them and see how they do. but very impressed with the gooseberries. They're going to be transplanted into a bed at the back of the polytunnel, I think, shortly, but not ready for it yet. Everything else is flying along. And you can see inside there the kohlrabi at the front are now about 12 inches, 14 inches tall, as are the kale behind them. Now these cabbages are flying up. They're about to go to seed, so they need to be taken out and eaten fairly shortly. I think they're going to go this weekend, probably tomorrow we'll have them. The Brussels sprouts are now nearly 2 foot tall, flying along, but it does look like they're going to seed because they have like flower spikes on the top. If they go to seed, they're coming out. So pure and simple, I don't want them to go to seed. I might leave 1 or 2 to get some seed off, but apart from that, I'm going to leave them. Purple sprouting broccoli, and that is coming up. I've got purple sprouty bits on it, which is wonderful. And I've got some more inside this bed, which I'll show you. Over here, as you can see, we've got lots of heads on this one. Nice plant. This one not going quite green as yet, purple as yet rather. This one has got lots of bits, but they're a bit too small to harvest as yet. So I'll give it another week or so, these will be ready for taking. In fact, they're probably ready now, to be honest, but still. Got some perpetual spinach in there, some chard, and one other cabbage. So that one's probably going to be the last one to come out, as it's not really in the way at the moment. But this entire bed just needs stripping out, all the old brassicas taken out of it, and some more manure putting on top of it, some compost, raking over and being ready, strung out ready for planting, which I'm hopefully going to be doing next week. And hopefully by then I'll have something ready for planting out. Anyway, quick update for today. Not much else to tell you. I'll probably be back with another update later on. Bye bye for now.